What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Rich Off Gains podcast, episode 4. It's your boy CB checking in with y'all. Happy Money Mondays, everybody. Happy beginning of December 1st. It is the last month of the year, and we're off to a great start. Hopefully, you guys are having a great day today, or whenever you listen to this, whenever you're listening to this. And if you guys are not already, make sure to subscribe and follow wherever you're listening to and watching this at. Whether you're watching on YouTube, Instagram, Amazon, SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple, wherever you guys listen to this at, please make sure to bookmark this, subscribe, like, and share. I would appreciate the love and support so much. With that being said, quick disclaimer, you guys make sure to do your research, do your due diligence. None of this is financial advice. These are all my personal thoughts and opinions. I am not a financial advisor. So if you guys take advice from this podcast, please make sure to do your research. With that being said, let's get right to it. Comfort is more expensive than struggle. Here are 3 things you can do to get out of your comfort zone and stop being broke as a joke. Number 1, stop doing what feels safe. In other words, challenge yourself. Do things that take you out of your comfort zone or take you out of your way of operating, especially for those of you who are tired of constantly going through the motions of going to work, showing up, and getting bare minimum results. You have to challenge yourself to do more than what you're already doing. The things you're doing right now are just not working. Point blank, period. You know it, I know it, everybody in your family knows it. It's just not working for you. So if you want more from your life, you have to do more. You have to exceed what you're doing currently in order for growth to happen. Growth begins where discomfort ends. So if you take that into understanding and really digest that thought process, you will be better left off and be able to possibly see some success in your life. Number 2, learning a skill that can increase your income. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Stop relying on working a job that pays you weekly and is literally providing you the opportunity to not only function as a person, but function as a father, as a son, as a person in your family dynamic, to just be able to live your life. You can't rely on a job to be a solely based income. You have to find other ways to generate income for yourself. You have to develop a skill that can generate income for you, rather than you going to work and manually putting your hands on something and showing up and getting paid a fixed amount of money for you doing whatever the job is you're required to do, and then coming home and doing it all over again each week by week. You have to develop a skill in your free time. You know, it's not a bad thing to work a job during the day, but when you get off work, you should still be trying to find things that you can do to replace that job so that you're not having to rely solely on the job. So things that you can do that other people need you to do so that they'll pay you. So in other words, doing things that other people will pay you to do in order for you to get paid. You can learn skills like editing, you can learn skills like sales, you can learn skills like investing, you can learn anything and everything that offers you opportunity where somebody's willing to pay you for that skill. Just learn it, apply it, and when you apply it, you will see results. Whether they're good or bad, I can't guarantee that, but you will see results. And it's better than just relying on a job. Bottom line is, do not rely on a job being your only source of income. That is the last thing I want you guys to do. So number 1, we had stop doing what feels safe. In other words, challenge yourself. Number 2, we had learning a skill that pays you for the skill you learn. Number 3, we have changed your environment. Change the people you hang around. Change the places you're going. Change the things you're seeing. Change what is not working for you right now. The things that are not working for you are the things that are anchoring you down to the lifestyle that you have, and the things that are holding you back from seeing the results other than what you've already saw. You have to change the way you're operating your life. If you don't change the way you're operating your life, you're not going to see new results. Insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. So if you're not changing the things you're doing, then you're most likely going to see the same results. And if you see the same results, you can't get upset about that. So if you're getting upset about seeing the same results, then just change the things you're doing. It's very, very simple. So change the people you're hanging around, join groups, join social groups or networking groups or different things that you want to get into. Look up the groups that you can find to join those groups. Start out free and then look for paid groups, because paid groups are really where the value is at. That's a gem. If you join a paid group, you will most likely get more value from it. You can get value from free groups as well, but paid groups help filter out who's serious about the thing that they're in a group for and who's not. Because free groups, you can just join them because they're free, but paid groups, you have to really pay a fee to get in. So join a paid group preferably, but if not, join a free group starting out and then learn your way through that group and network and meet new people and build new relationships and friendships. And as you grow, you will continue to start opening new doors for yourself, because your network is your network. It's really true what they say when it comes to networking and meeting new people. The more networking and connections you build and relationships you have, the more opportunity you allow yourself to have in the future. Surrounding yourself with the right environment as well is a big thing as well. If you are going to clubs and all you're doing is drinking all the time and just wasting your time away, you're going to most likely continue to do that for the majority span of your life. And if you don't change your environments, sooner than later, you'll get caught up in that lifestyle, and then you'll not only put damage on your body, but you'll put damage on your pockets as well. Your pockets are going to feel it really, 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 really bad. So you have to change your environments and do things that not only boost your energy and help your health, they also help your pocket as well financially. So doing things that you can see a return from, like going to the gym, going to the library maybe, going to networking events again, same thing. Just different things that you're doing that you're not doing now to help you see a different result. All right. So those are three different things you guys could be looking into doing in order to change your comfort zone and stop being broke as a joke. If you guys are new, make sure to leave a like, show some love and support, share this podcast to those who you know who want to get rich off gains. Moving on. Investment tip of the week. Don't invest off of emotion. Guys, girls, this is so important that you guys learn this. Do not go into the stock market or go into any investment that you think about investing in purely off of the way it made you feel emotionally. That is the quickest way to lose money in an investment, and the quickest way to not want to continue investing. The reason being is because a lot of times we get it confused that we think an investment is supposed to make us feel good. And yeah, it will make you feel good when you made the money, but in the beginning phases, it's gonna be a lot of uncertainty, and it won't be a clear-cut, direct answer for you to just know, okay, this is a good investment opportunity for me. You have to really do your due diligence and research. You gotta have a strategy, a logical strategy behind your investment approach and what you're looking to invest in. Don't just invest purely off of hype and emotion, because that's how 90% of people fail from their investments. They invest whenever everybody else is investing into it. It's overhyped and it's overpriced, and people are buying at all-time highs, and then they sell whenever it crashes or it comes down in a correction, and they lose money. The reason being is because people invest off of emotion. You got to have a logical strategy and approach behind your investments. If you don't have a logical approach, then you should not be looking to invest. You need to learn a strategy and learn some type of format or approach that you should have going into investing, and then you take action. Do not take action if you just want to go off of the excitement of it and the emotion behind it, because you're most likely not going to be approaching it at the right time with the right execution. You're going to fail. So that's the investment tip of the week. Comment below if that's happened to you guys before. I know when I first started trading and investing, day trading specifically was where I was emotionally in tune with how I was responding to the market. Long term, I never really had an emotional approach because I learned how to fundamentally trade, which was just looking at the valuations of companies and understanding what good indicators to look for a good company versus a bad company. But with day trading, I couldn't tell the difference, because I couldn't tell if it was me logically having a reason behind my trade or if I was just emotionally excited to jump into a trade and try to make money. And then I'd end up losing the trade because I thought my idea was right, my idea was wrong. I continued to hold the idea, and then it ended up failing, and I lost a lot of money. So that's the importance of understanding not to invest emotionally. You got to have your emotions in check. You got to be in tune with your thought process and have a logical, sound thought process behind your investments. All right. With that being said, let's talk about gold. Gold has been on an absolute tear this year. Year to date, it is up over 60%, currently sitting at $4,238. Gold has been on an absolute tear. And analysts predict that gold is going to be reaching $6,000 within the next year and going into 2026. How do I feel about this? Do I think that gold is possibly going to reach $6,000 in 2026? I think it depends. It depends on a few things, but the main two things I would say are whether or not we get a lot of uncertainty in the market, aka fear or some form of a recession or depression, and how much we devalue the dollar. The reason why I say these are the two most important things that matter in regards to gold reaching that price is because anytime we're in a recession or depression, and anytime the market is in uncertainty, and anytime the market and the economy devalues the dollar, or the value of the dollar is overly inflated due to inflation and things like that, gold typically is the safe haven that most investors run to when it comes to pumping their money somewhere. And that's what happened this year. So we had a lot of uncertainty early in the year due to tax tariffs and Trump increasing tariffs on all countries. That was uncertainty and fear because we didn't know what the outcome of that would be, whether it be good or bad. So most people, whenever that happened and the market crashed back in April, you saw most people lead to pouring their money into gold. On top of that, there was some devaluation of the dollar. Even though the inflation was in control, there was still some devaluation of the dollar, and due to that, that was another indicator that led to more people buying gold, and that's what led to the return of 60% in the market this year. So those are two things that would be possible indicators to indicate that it's an idea of gold reaching that price. If those things don't happen, I don't think it's realistically possible. But if those things are in play, then I think that it's definitely a likely outcome for gold. Realistically, I think that we can reach 5,000 next year. I don't think 6,000 is in the reach just yet. But if, like I said, those things happen, I think that it's very, very possible. Is this a good price to buy gold? Like I said, currently it's sitting above 4,200. In my opinion, it's not a bad price to buy gold. It's not a low the boat price, meaning it's not a price that I would just say buy so many shares of it or buy a lot of gold at this price. However, it is still a good price to buy gold because, as I said, I see it going to 5,000 in 2026, if anything. So, in my opinion, yes, this is a good price to buy gold. However, the low the boat price for me is $3,417.52. So if we get anywhere near that price, best believe I will be loading the boat, trying to buy as many shares as possible into gold. So yeah, those are my thoughts on that particular topic. Comment below what you guys think, whether you guys think if gold can reach 6,000 or not, the reasons why you think gold can reach 6,000, the reason why you think gold cannot reach 6,000, and where your target price is. I think, like I said, 5,000 is probably the price I realistically see it hitting. I think 6,000 is a stretch, but if we have those things into play, then I think 6,000 is definitely likely. But yeah, other than that, you guys, God is amazing. If you guys don't remember anything else, make sure to remember this. God will never give up on you. Even when you gave up on him and you're not seeking his love or his attention. Anytime you guys are going through something, really sit there, and I want you guys to really think and really process what it is that you're going through, and really just ask yourself, is it really that bad? Because it can always be worse. It can always be worse. There can be so many other things in your life that just don't go your way or just don't work out for you. And if the thing you're upset about is not end all be all, then you still have another reason to get up and go about achieving your goals or hitting your goals or striving to just have a great day, because God has you here and in that season or in that feeling of life for a reason. He wants you to experience that for a reason, and he wants you to understand that he still got you even in those moments. So don't lose hope and don't lose faith on what it is that you're trying to pursue or what it is you're trying to achieve. Regardless of what happens throughout the process, you have to just trust in God's will and his ability to make things right and make things happen for you. Even when it might not seem as clear and the path is just so blurry and uncertain, you got to continue to push through and persevere no matter what. I know for me, there's been a lot of moments like that in life. And I think that's just a part of life is growing up. It's like you're going to be in moments of life where things are just uncertain and you're not going to have the clearest certainty on something, but you have to commit to the idea of something and have a certain amount of unrealistic, optimistic faith and hope in the thing working out for you no matter what. And even if it doesn't work out, you still have to be content with the idea that at least you tried or you're happy. Because I'd rather try to do something than not try at all and live with regret. That's the last thing I want to do in life is live with regret. So don't live with regret. Be someone who's action taking and just pursuing the highest self of being. Like I said, get out your guys' comfort zone. Do things that you have not done before. Test yourself. Push yourself to limits that you have never pushed yourself to before. And I promise you, it's going to be better than where you are now, even if it hurts. It's going to be better than where you are now. I promise you that 100%. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Comment below how you guys are feeling about the end of 2025 and what are your guys' things you want to achieve this month. Claim it, manifest it, because the way you manifest things and create things is the things you think, you bring it to reality. So how can you create your things that you're thinking and bring it to reality? Comment below the things you guys are wanting to achieve and, put in place a plan of action to execute that idea, because you can't do anything without a plan. You have to have a plan, then you have to have action on the plan. Once you take action on the plan, you can then see results. And once you see results, then you fine tune and fix whatever results you see to better your results or get better results in the future. So comment below what you guys intend to do this month of December. There's a lot more things I got in store for you guys going into 2026. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, I will see you guys in the next one. Happy Money Mondays. Stay safe. God bless. Peace.